On Wednesday, the 9th day of November 2022, the IPOB head of directorate, Mazi Chike Doziem, will be addressing Biafrans on the issues that borders around Biafran restoration movements and as well as the next plan of IPOB as regards to the situation that is surrounding all of us. And the time is 8 p.m. Biafran time on the dot. We encourage all of you, anyone, please join to have a first-hand information as regards to this. Wonderful people, men and women of good conscience and lovers of freedom all over the globe. We welcome you back once again to our News Digest this day, Monday, the 7th day of November 2022. And we must say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your time zone. This is coming from the desk of Nicky Bobby, where we bring you reliable news across Biafra land and beyond, the information and events that is going on. Today, we have some prolific information that we need to discuss with you for you to keep abreast of what is going on around you and beyond the tumultuous situation where we have found ourselves amidst of the Zoological Republic. But before we go on, we still want to use this opportunity to encourage you to hit the subscribe button as well as to turn on your notification bell. You can go ahead and give us thumbs up should you like what we are doing here. Just in time, as the UK court has remained head-bent in putting Ekweremadu behind the bar, and they have consistently maintained their stand in their body language of sending him to prison because of human trafficking. This has also involved the daughter. Accusation of human trafficking against Ekwerimadu's daughter in court. Sonia is her name. The daughter of the federal legislator, Ekweremadu, has appeared in court on Monday and was charged with smuggling a homeless man into the UK so she could utilize his organ for herself. According to Daily Mail, the younger Ekweremadu was charged with conspiring to organize another person's journey with the intention of exploitation together with her parents, Dr. Obinna Obete, 50 years old, and her father, Ekweremadu, 60 years old. A trial date has reportedly been set for January, despite the fact that Mrs. Ekweremadu has not yet entered a plane. Sonia is currently receiving dialysis due to a renal condition. According to UK Daily Mail, the situation is truly very hurting on their hand at this particular point in time. From the body language of the UK courts, it seems that Ekweremadu will not be able to escape from this. And now the daughter is involved. Who knows what will happen next? Finally, I think that the rightful judgment will be served because they don't know that there is a place where rightful judgment could be held. They think that everything is in the Zoological Republic. This is the situation as regards to, well, should I say the former or the current legislator, one of the senators, that is Ekweremadu, that he is serving the Zoological Republic before he got himself into organ harvesting issue and trafficking. Recall that a few days ago, the Zoological Republic government have stripped him of his properties, what's about 40 properties across the United States, Dubai, UK, as well as back in the Zoological Republic. This is for the interest of those who have made themselves willing to serve the Zoological Republic. Did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not tell you people, go and serve the zoo and come back in shame? This is the point. On following dots, again, the Zoological Republic military with their Federal Republic government have expressed rather crocodile tears in their statements why they said that Ndibo have refused to join their military, why we are no longer interested in joining military, Enugu Indigenes to COAS. Recall that SASA 2020 and 2021, Biafrans entirely, a lot of Biafrans, let me not say entirely, have really come to understand what is actually playing out in the Zoological Republic, what is going on. So as such, in 2020, a lot of Igbos, Biafrans in quotes, refused to get enlisted and join the Zoological Republic army. Same thing goes on in 2021, and right now, it is repeating itself in 2022. I am wondering, Why would the Zoological Republic government as well as their army be concerned why they are holding our own person? They are holding our leader, Mazen Nandekano. And at the same time, they are just shedding crocodile tears and saying that Igbos, Biafrans, have refused to join the Zoological Republic army. Well, of course, this happened earlier today. The Enugu Indigenes expressed their feeling, how they feel, in a convincing manner, telling the governor of Enugu State, who is a slave to the Fulani, as well as telling the Zoological Republic army and their presidency that they no longer have interest in their Zoological Republic army to be enlisted, that they do not want to follow again. The Chief of Army Staff, COAS, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, had opened a discussion with the residents of Enugu State about their lack of enthusiasm in joining the Zoological Republic army. The Nigerian Army's Major General Ola Oyelade, who was the Army Chief's representative on the Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu State, visited each of the state's 3 senatorial districts and had discussions with all the relevant parties, including the traditional leaders. The garrison commander was a representative of the Major General Omar Musa, General Officer commanding 82 Division, Nigerian Army. The indigenous people stated bluntly that they were no longer interested since, indeed, we are discriminated against the armed forces, recruitment, posting, and advancement processes. Everything that is involved in the Zoological Republic army is against Biafrans, is against Indibu, and that is why the Enugu indigenes stated bluntly and said no, that they are no longer joining and that they will not join. They have no interest in anything that has to do with the Zoological Republic army. Our brothers in Enugu maintain that gone are the days when the Zoological Republic government, as well as their slaves who are serving as governors and chiefs from the eastern region, will come to bamboozle them and getting them to enroll and enlist into the Zoological Republic army. During their visits, Governor Ugwuanyi assured the locals that the state was prepared to provide the required assistance to its citizens who are considering joining the army. The purpose of this visit gathering is to inspire our people, because last year we were unable to fulfill our quota. We cannot remain outside of the system. We must be a part of the security architecture. Let's encourage our people to participate in the system by talking to them, he suggested. This is the words of Ugwuanyi, the governor of Enugu State. He is trying to, should I say, persuade Enugu indigenes to really join the zoo army, while our leader is in. They together are holding him. And just like in a family setting, maybe you have 10 siblings, and all of a sudden, a set of people came and took your father. And as they took your father, they're now persuading the younger ones, the sibling, the children of the man, to come and join their group while they're still holding the father. This is the Zoological Republic. They lack understanding. Most importantly, those that are serving their interests, they call themselves the Fulani slaves. Ugwuanyi gave the indigenes who expressed interest his assurance that the state government will support them in every way. All the concerns were the same at all 3 locations. That is the local government areas, according to Daily Post, with locals criticizing what they call skilled recruitment, posting, and promotion processes in the Nigerian Armed Forces. It is worth noting that the delegation first stopped was in Soka local government area, where they spoke with residents of the Enugu State's North Senatorial Zone. They then traveled to Agu, where they spoke with residents of the Enugu State's West Senatorial Zone, and later Abani in Nsukka West regarding the Enugu State East Senatorial Zone. The locals said that they would not exhibit interest until the military officials adjusted their approach towards the people in the Southeastern Zone. And the identical reasons were given at all 3 locations. What this means is that the entire Enugu Senatorial Zone, from the east to the west to the north, rejected the approach by Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi that he want them to enroll and be enlisted in the Zoological Republic army, their military. Our brothers in Enugu said no, until the approach of the military in the eastern region, that is in Biafra land, is being changed. What is the approach? Military should leave our land alone. The Zoological Republic government, the presidency should obey the court's order and let our leader come out. And that is where all of us stand. And of course, the army chief had expressed regret that Enugu State had failed to fulfill the quota assigned to it for the recruitment processes 3 years in a row. Of course, we maintain, and here we die, all of us, no going back. Who is going to join the Zoological Republic Army? Nobody is going to do so. And he went on, as he compared to the last recruiting, he claimed it was worse, with the states only producing 49 people overall out of the 150 slots allocated to the Biafran side, which is the eastern region. Out of 150 slots that they said they allocated to east, it was, let's be specific in Enugu, they say it was only 49 that enrolled. And these 49 must have something doing with Fulanis and the Hausas. These are not real Igbos. These are not real Biafrans. As the delegate went on to say that, according to them, in their own words, they say, we are here to find out why your folks are not interested. He continued, the Federal Character Commission and the federal government makes sure that all national institutions, including the army, are aware of all regions of the nation. The FG sees it that the recruitment is distributed equally. Enugu State's performance has not been good. During the recruitment processes, the state is meant to create 150 candidates, but this is not happening. The one prior to the most recent had 76 as opposed to 150, and the most recent was much worse with only 49. The bottom line of everything is that the governor of Enugu State lacks understanding, and maybe they are trying to see how they will mock the Enugu Indigenes with those military. I ask again, how can they be holding Mazin Nnamdi Kanu and they are expecting our people to start joining army again? But of course, this is one of the questions that they would have asked those people. Why are you holding Mazin Nnamdi Kanu? Since the courts, the law court, your own courts that you instituted, your own constitution is against you, and yet you refuse to let him go. I'm happy that our people are beginning to understand what we are saying all this way. The most important thing in life is that by the time you grow up to use your own consciousness to be able to determine, to judge, it will always go better for all of us. It will be better for all of us, because we can't continue to be pushing you and using our own brain for you. A point will come where you have to use your own brain and understand why you are doing what you are doing. I say kudos to these Enugu Indigenes. I'm serious. Much kudos to them. We thank you once again for listening. We will continue bringing you reliable news as things continue to unfold.